In recent months, the Red Sea has become an unexpected battleground, with Houthi rebel attacks on commercial ships sending shockwaves through global shipping and economic systems. These relentless assaults, ostensibly aimed at vessels with Israeli ties, have triggered an exodus of major shipping companies from the region, posing a threat to supply chains and potentially elevating consumer prices worldwide. Since mid-November 2023, the Iran-backed Houthi rebel group based in Yemen has relentlessly targeted commercial ships in the Red Sea. Despite claims of directing strikes against Israeli-related interests, experts argue that the attacks have been indiscriminate. Fearing further assaults, leading shipping companies, including AP Moller-Maersk, have diverted trade routes, resulting in a staggering $200 billion in trade being redirected. The United States has responded by initiating an international security initiative to safeguard commercial vessels, coupled with airstrikes on Houthi sites in Yemen. However, concerns loom over the potential escalation of regional conflict in response to these actions. The Red Sea serves as a vital artery in the global shipping network, with one-third of all container traffic passing through it. The disruptions caused by Houthi attacks could lead to a ripple effect of increased costs across the world economy. Energy markets are particularly vulnerable, with 12% of seaborne oil and 8% of liquefied natural gas transiting the Suez Canal. Ships avoiding the Red Sea face longer routes around the Horn of Africa, incurring additional fuel costs of up to $1 million per round trip. This shift has prompted a rise in insurance premiums for vessels using the Red Sea, impacting shipping companies. Some have already begun passing down these expenses to consumers, exemplified by France's CMA-CGM doubling its rates for shipping from Asia to Europe. Despite these challenges, as of early January 2024, major price increases for consumers, especially in energy markets, have not materialized. However, Europe is anticipated to experience economic stress sooner than the United States due to its reliance on the Red Sea route to the Suez Canal. In response to the crisis, the United States has taken a proactive approach by leading a 20-country naval task force to protect commercial ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. This coalition effort aims to ensure the freedom of navigation, a long-standing goal of U.S. foreign policy. However, skeptics argue that a defensive posture alone may not be sufficient to deter Houthi attacks, given the malicious use of cost-effective weaponry like drones. The recent airstrikes by the United States and the United Kingdom on Houthi targets in Yemen underscored the commitment to protecting international commerce. However, these actions also carry the risk of escalating regional conflicts, including with Iran, which has deployed its own warship to the Red Sea. The strategic importance of the Suez Canal in global trade cannot be overstated. Approximately 12% of global trade and 30% of container traffic traverse the canal, facilitating the transfer of energy, commodities, and consumer goods between Asia and Europe. Recent disruptions, including the grounding of the Ever Given container vessel and the Houthi attacks, have highlighted the vulnerability of this critical trade route. Major oil companies, including Shell, have suspended shipments through the Red Sea following the US and UK strikes on Houthi rebels. Concerns about further escalation, potential spills, and risks to crew safety have led to these decisions, complicating energy distribution and causing a 5% to 10% increase in delivery costs. Other global shippers, such as BP and Qatar Energy, have also opted to avoid the Red Sea. As tensions persist in the Red Sea, global shipping faces challenging times, with uncertainties about the future of trade routes and the potential for further geopolitical complications. The Houthi attacks serve as a stark reminder of the interconnected nature of shipping and its pivotal role in the stability of the global economy. These Houthi attacks are the latest in a series of disruptions that underscore the interconnected and fragile nature of the global shipping industry. In 2019, Iran attacked several oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, prompting many freight companies to opt for the longer Cape of Good Hope route. In 2021, the world witnessed the grounding of the Ever Given in the Suez Canal, holding up $10 billion in goods each of the 6 days the canal was clogged. More recently, a drought in Panama has compounded shipping woes as the country's namesake canal, through which 5% of global trade flows, is operating at a fraction of its usual capacity. These historical disruptions have highlighted the vulnerability of global supply chains and the potential domino effect when key trade routes face challenges. The current situation in the Red Sea adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate global shipping network. As the Houthi attacks continue, there is growing concern about the potential economic ramifications and the regional dynamics at play. The Red Sea, hosting one-third of all container traffic, is a crucial passageway for global trade. Any sustained disruption in this vital artery could send shockwaves throughout the world economy, impacting industries, consumers, and governments alike. Energy markets are especially susceptible, with a significant percentage of seaborne oil and liquefied natural gas passing through the Suez Canal. The decision by major shipping companies to avoid the Red Sea has not only resulted in increased costs, but has also prompted a reevaluation of global trade routes. The shift towards longer routes around the Horn of Africa comes with its own set of challenges, including heightened fuel costs and logistical complexities. Furthermore, the geopolitical landscape in the region adds another layer of uncertainty. The United States' involvement in protecting commercial vessels has raised concerns about potential escalations, not only with the Houthi rebels but also with regional players, including Iran. The deployment of a U.S. naval task force signals a commitment to safeguarding international commerce but also introduces the risk of being drawn into broader regional conflicts. A deeper understanding of the significance of the Suez Canal and global trade is essential to grasp the far-reaching implications of the current disruptions. The canal, facilitating approximately 12% of global trade and 30% of container traffic, serves as the fastest and most direct maritime trade link between Asia and Europe. Its strategic location has made it a key regional hub for shipping oil and other hydrocarbons. Comparatively, over 1 billion tons of cargo transited the canal in 2019, a volume 4 times greater than that passing through the Panama Canal during the same period. The recent grounding of the Ever Given container vessel further underscored the importance of the Suez Canal for global freight and supply lines, revealing the vulnerability of relying on a single key passageway. As the disruptions in the Red Sea unfold, the shipping industry is grappling with tough decisions. Major oil companies, including Shell, BP, and Qatar Energy, have suspended shipments through the region, prioritizing crew safety and minimizing potential risks. The decision to avoid the Red Sea comes with economic consequences, leading to increased delivery costs and a reevaluation of shipping routes. The resilience of the global economy in the face of these challenges will depend on the effectiveness of measures taken to safeguard international commerce. The 20-country naval task force, led by the United States, aiming to protect commercial ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, reflects a coordinated effort to ensure freedom of navigation. However, the complex geopolitical landscape and the evolving nature of the conflict pose ongoing challenges. Energy markets, being a critical component of the global economy, are closely monitored for potential price fluctuations. The Red Sea disruption has led to a reevaluation of energy transportation routes, with some vessels opting for longer journeys around southern Africa. While insurance premiums for ships using the Red Sea have surged nearly tenfold, major price increases for consumers, particularly in energy markets, have not materialized as of early January 2024. The price of Brent crude, a U.S. benchmark, remains lower than the October average, despite occasional spikes following major strikes. The dynamic nature of energy markets, influenced by various geopolitical factors, suggests that ongoing developments in the Red Sea may have far-reaching implications for global energy prices. As the international community grapples with the evolving situation in the Red Sea, strategic considerations and potential scenarios come into play. The decision by the United States and the United Kingdom to conduct airstrikes on Houthi targets in Yemen reflects a commitment to protecting the free flow of international commerce. However, this approach raises concerns about the risk of regional conflict escalation, particularly with Iran's deployment of its warship into the Red Sea. The Houthis openly expressed their willingness to engage in a war with the United States, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. Unlike in 2016, when the Houthis were engaged in daily conflict with Saudi Arabia, the current context suggests that U.S. strikes could potentially reignite Yemen's civil war. Amidst the complexity of the Red Sea disruptions, evaluating response strategies becomes crucial. The United States' defensive posture, spearheading a naval task force and conducting airstrikes, aims to deter Houthi attacks and protect international commerce. However, skeptics argue that the Houthis' use of relatively inexpensive weaponry, such as drones, poses challenges to an entirely defensive approach. The recent bombings on Houthi targets in Yemen have sparked debate on the effectiveness of such measures. While previous strikes in 2016 led to the Houthis standing down, the current scenario involves a different set of geopolitical dynamics, including potential conflicts with Iran. The Brookings Institution's Bruce Jones aptly notes that every option the West could take in the Red Sea has serious downsides, pointing to the complex choices and turbulent waters ahead. The unfolding events in the Red Sea represent a critical juncture for global shipping, trade, and geopolitical stability. The Houthi attacks, combined with historical disruptions and regional tensions, underscore the fragility of the interconnected global economy. The strategic importance of the Suez Canal, the vulnerability of supply chains, and the implications for energy markets create a complex tapestry of challenges. As the international community navigates these troubled waters, decisions made in response to the Red Sea disruptions will have far-reaching consequences. The delicate balance between protecting international commerce, deterring Houthi attacks, and avoiding the escalation of regional conflicts requires careful consideration. The resilience of the global economy and the adaptability of the shipping industry will be tested as stakeholders work towards stabilizing trade routes and safeguarding the flow of goods across the seas.